Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment. You can listen to The Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Well, what have we here?
It's a podcast.
Fine.
And what excitement we have today.
It's The Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara and Rob Spiewak. Now, here's Mike.
You know, I'm not sure whether that puppet is growing on me or not. I really don't want to say it. I actually wanted another puppet, but, you know, that puppet is not as... even with the white hair and the full beard, the beard is just dark enough to have a flattering quality. I have no idea what's wrong with my brain. I don't know. I'm not sure. You know, that's all. That's all I wanted.
Did we go from I don't know about the puppet to I don't know what's wrong with my brain? That was sort of a big jump.
I yesterday was adamant about I hated the white hair and I hated the full beard, but now I don't know. But at the same time, I would love to find out, is there now, how would you change the puppet, Josh? How would you go? What would be the process of changing my my puppet, which is now the home screen? And obviously I'm going to look at that effort every day until it's changed.
First he'd have to send the puppet to the salon.
Right. Right, I got to remove the beard, clean off the adhesive.
You know, use lighter fluid is good for that.
No, I just got to work with AI and maybe send it a better picture.
You have to send a new thing to the
maybe
AI?
Maybe I'll send a different picture of you. I'll work on it. When it's only in the countdown, so no one ever sees it except for waiting for the show to start.
Yeah, but we use it in promotional materials occasionally.
We do use it. It was all over the newsletter.
Can't you send him
That's darker. See, that's dark. It's gray on
and
the
it comes
sides
to
and
a point, like Grandpa Munster.
Well,
Make
not
sure you
really.
get that.
That's just if I go back with it. I just cut it super short. In fact, I need a trim.
You know what you should do, Josh, is send in that AI picture of Mike. That has got a great capture.
Is Scabby McScabby.
I wasn't going to say anything, Ed Turney, but I think you look good. Is that bleeding? Is that a closed wound?
Yeah, it's a closed wound, but it's just like
you know, the trend now going around with these AI pictures is to create action figures. To tell AI to take this picture and create an action figure. So I tried it yesterday.
And?
There's only one picture that I know of with the three of us in it. And that is from Vegas. So I put that in and said, make us action figures.
Did it work?
Kind of. I think
really?
That looks more like...
What the hell happened
when did AI turn me into Vegas Matt? What the fuck is going on with...
Exactly. I thought you looked more like Buzz than Mike there.
What's going on?
AI hates you.
Go back to the photo, please.
What is the deal?
Okay, Mike? Here's what the thing. As always, Josh looks like a model. Josh looks like a fashion model.
Look at Rob. You turned Rob. You gave Rob like muscle mass.
Yeah, I look like Vin Diesel.
Stooped.
You look like Mickey Coachella's dad.
Now, the only thing that's accurate is I am shorter than both of you, so that's accurate.
And it got your outfit down perfect.
But it's clothes. Who cares about that?
It even got the shoes.
Yeah.
It even got my shoes. The blue,
the blue shoes.
The blue Sperry's.
Yeah.
I could not imagine something that is more antithetical to Mike's face than that. Look at it.
Do you have the picture handy of the real picture?
Can you zoom in on the action figure's face?
No, excuse me. I know you want to offer instructions too at the same time I am. Can you? But I am asking for the original picture, please. Thank you very much.
Here's the picture AI was given.
I do look stooped.
You do look shocked.
I look 65. I've got to start accepting reality.
And Josh looks like he's the Green Giant.
By the way, Josh's are they're always because he's younger.
Well,
I look stooped in that. I look stooped.
And
I
look
have to
like
watch my posture.
I look like a heavy from the Penguin. So, it's not that
I
great
think you should be thrilled with,
yours was
with the
impressive.
Way. Yours looked like the hitman that I watched on Dateline last night.
But was he?
Keith Morrison was the narrator last night. And then there is this promo. I don't know if you've seen it, but we watch Dateline a lot, so I have it's got skewed ads on the source that I get my Dateline from. So you see YouTube TV does Moments of Zen when they
Yeah.
don't run the commercials that are on NBC.
Yeah.
And then I get Tom Hanks. I'm Tom Hanks, the narrator of, and it's so Tom Hanksy, and it's so, this is TV at its finest.
What is
it's
he narrating?
If you do say, he's narrating The Americas on
Oh,
NBC,
okay. Yeah.
and it's just so, because it's repeat.
Yeah.
Much like people feel about our commercials.
No, they're fine.
Some of them really fine.
Mike, will you surprise us and do one spot today as Tom Hanks?
I'm Tom Hanks. As he's gotten older, he's got that vocal quality, which is more, the narrator. This is really, that's what his voice is.
Yeah.
I think that'd be good for the end of the show for the go rate and review. Give us 5 stars.
Go rate and review. This is podcasting at its finest. And
Tom.
every time it comes on, I look at my bride and, as we're writing our letters, and side hustles are side hustles. Do you have any side hustles, Rob?
Sure.
What? I mean, besides working, that's not a side hustle. That's the same hustle you've had for a year.
Well, more than that, really. But I also, I go through and I sell stuff on eBay. I still do that a little bit. Rotating equipment and things in and out. If I find something I have a conspicuous
value.
value.
Good at it? Are you good at it, at selling stuff on eBay?
I'm pretty good. Carrie's very good.
I hate the whole process.
You know what? It's not like it was 15 years ago. It used to be just easy and nice.
Print the cash, right?
Yeah. And now all the good stuff has been bought. So now you're looking at, second tier stuff. But I've got some audio equipment to list soon because I've upgraded. And so that should be something.
Well, but so technically that would be a side hustle.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I will tell you this, and I'm glad we see, this is why when I come in here, it's always therapeutic. It's always good. It jogs my memory.
It straightens your posture.
It takes me back. No, I think that might be. I am now so paranoid about that. Because I know that I have to improve that. I really do. I become aware that is a natural process of aging.
And Mike, it stems back to you being a heavy guy.
Yeah,
because
it's more age than heavy, I think. Believe it or not.
I think heavy people, myself included, have bad posture because it's a good way to sort of disguise your stomach.
But don't you look at this photo, and I think Rob and I could have just picked you up and your legs just dangle there.
Yeah, it's the height. It's the height between the two of you.
That's the problem.
That's probably what it is, but I don't know. I know that there was some, I think it was a video. I do a lot of videos for the show for TikTok and other things like that. And it was one where it showed me walking, and I turned around and I said, oh, you can't walk any more old manny than that. And I have been very aware throughout my life down here in Casa de los Muertos that can happen to people and they become unaware of it. If nobody hips you to it, or you don't hip yourself to it, you become aware of the stooping, and then eventually it's even more. Now I walk a lot. I walk a lot of steps, usually multiple times during the week. So I'm active per se, but I got to straighten up. I have to straighten up, I think, but I'm not sure. So anyway, I digress. I know what I wanted to talk about, and I forgot because it's been the subject of the week.
Okay.
Temu again.
Oh, yes.
Because the discussions on
Temu week on TMOS.
It's Temu week on TMOS.
And
by the way, there's got to be a money-making source in Temu for us as well. I would think if we got it up. But
we can sell junk.
But Mike, you'd have to make it in yen.
Yeah. The thing is, Josh, do you notice that he doesn't? When it comes to money discussions, he is not a care in the world. Not staying up in the middle of the night. And I'm trying to get on the Temu discussion and talk about what happened yesterday.
Okay,
because and I think that the Temu situation has fathered an obsession that I have now, where I spent at least an hour just dicking around with Temu. All right, and You know that at a certain point, I was talking about the golf bags yesterday, right?
Yes.
Did I talk about the golf bags?
Did you plug in our addresses?
You have, yeah.
I did not do that yet. I did not
the
do
link.
that. But I don't think it's going to matter. I think you're talking about an item where shipping is prohibitively expensive and they kind of BS you. But there are people in the United States that are, if the reviews aren't completely fabricated, are talking about that they've received the item and they're satisfied with it. But I don't know. And also know.
Does that Temu seller sell anything else? Did you go and see if they have any related items? Like golf balls or anything? Because
they have everything.
Okay, why can't they put everything in the golf bag and then ship it? You could have your balls, you could have your fake clubs, everything. And then they might charge, but then you'd get everything.
The little item says, this is not available for shipping. And they say it's on there, and then it says, that's it. There's no real. You can buy a forwarding service that will get. I don't want to pay for that because that'll end up being the $100 or $150 for shipping that I don't want to pay. So that's where I am with Temu. But during the process, a couple of things have happened. I realize when Rob mentions other golf items, there are actually name brand golf items that I have seen that are offered as well. They're kind of narrowed down to a certain specific. I'll give you an example: a golf ball. Vice golf balls are on Temu, but there's a very specific one, and it's not the one I want.
Do they ever get really close to a proper brand? Are they selling Titleist golf balls?
There is it's funny you bring it up. There is a Titleist hat with the Titleist lettering. And Rob, at one point I wanted to have hats that had the TMOS logo,
right,
like Titleist.
That.
And we could still do that at a certain point and get a nice golf hat. But the hats have been successful, so we're very happy with our hat world right now. But the one is in the Titleist logo, and it says, instead of Titleist, it says titties.
Well, that's not okay.
Hi, Temu. Hi, how are you?
This actually goes back to my aunt married her husband David, and his mother was a world traveler.
Wonderful wedding.
It was a wonderful wedding.
It was terrific.
But David's mom was a world traveler, and she would buy.
That's why the wedding was like a Moroccan theme, right?
It was. With just a touch of good old deep South America.
If I kept doing this with him, Josh, he would never get to the wedding.
This would be the whole show.
This would be the whole show. It would be a comedy kind of like.
But you know what? You know what we are now?
What?
We are a Temu affiliate. So you can go click the Temu button under our sponsors and help us out.
Fantastic.
And
please
for
do.
Every $100 you spend, Mike gets a titty hat.
A titty hat. It's very that'll be something that'll move a meter.
But
pennies, baby, pennies.
Do
you care about that, Rob?
Mike, I do. But I fear the listener doesn't. So I want to provide more
That's a
entertainment.
nice attitude. That's great. Go ahead. Tell your story.
So she would go to Japan and China and buy clothes for her grandkids. And they were fantastic knockoffs. They looked just like the stuff you bought in America.
See, and I'm going to stop you there.
Okay.
Simply because I don't necessarily think that things that come from Asia, in your perspective, are knockoffs. But I don't believe they are
Mike,
knockoffs.
I can prove this is a knockoff because she had at that point 3 grandsons, and she bought them all jeans. Grandsons. And she bought them all jeans that looked just like Lee jeans that you would buy here in America.
Okay.
That was the hot brand then.
All right.
And the leather tag on the back where it would said Lee, it said REE, R-E-E.
Yeah, counterfeit.
Yeah.
And that's a knockoff.
And aren't jeans one of the first counterfeit things they brought from China? The difference between then and now is that the manufacturing, with so many companies sending out their products to be manufactured in China. Like, for example, I believe many golf bags originate from China.
Sure.
I believe they do. I think that because they look identical, and I don't think they're made in the USA or anywhere else. I think that's where they make them.
But the shipping is where they get you because they don't want to ship you just one. They want to sell 100 to,
that would be I did a deep dive on this.
Oh,
that
no.
would not be necessarily Temu. That would be Alibaba.
Yeah.
Alibaba?
Alibaba.
Well, and I think the way all these work is Titleist will say order 1,000 of something,
Right.
And the manufacturer will make 1,100,
Right.
and then they've got 100 out the back door.
And the back door
Oh.
is, yeah, like I could get a tremendous luxury looking golf bag tour. We call them tour bags. They're really heavy duty, either leather or vinyl. I could if I bought 22 of them, but I don't want to buy 22 of them that are normally like $375 for one that I could get for $67 if I bought 22. That's how they get you.
Well,
That's
you
how
could
the
sell
rich
them-
get richer, ladies and gentlemen.
You could resell them at the club. Just put an extra empty bag in your car every day and say, hey, I got one for, and it would look like what I'm envisioning is Rodney's golf bag that says Chervik from
Beautiful
Caddyshack.
golf bag with the keg of beer in there and
Yeah,
the stereo system.
Stereo system. So what? So
No.
let's dance.
If I could guarantee that we would get 22 people purchasing, I think it's 22 is the minimum on one say, buying a Mike O'Mara show golf bag for $100, I would get my own and do that. But I just don't.
Listen to you.
That's it. What's the truth?
Well,
I
and
put
what type of
TMOS
golf-
on it.
this-
I put TMOS on it.
Sure you would.
Yeah.
So
And the
this is
dollar
a-
sign, and the S would be a dollar sign because you got a free golf bag.
No, mine's a little threadbare right now, kind of falling apart. They're not, they're not all that durable.
They're not
They
built
really
to
aren't.
last, those tour bags.
Well,
no.
sun damage, Rob. That pesky Southwest Florida sun damage is what I
it
worry
bakes
about.
it bakes the vinyl, the moisture right out of it.
And I haven't discussed even the dive into watches that I've done.
Well,
All right, so I do the dive into watches. And
Yes.
these are mechanical watches, not battery operated, which
Okay.
is the line of demarcation with watches. And they show these watches that the photographs are absolutely beautiful. They really look like they're well-designed things. And then I go to read the reviews. And one of the reviews said something along
wasn't
the
the
lines of,
review from Tom Hanks?
it was, I'm Tom Hanks, the narrator of, and the review said, I'm paraphrasing here.
Of
The
course.
review said, beautiful, bought this for my son for his birthday. Unfortunately, it runs about 2 hours slow, but he wears it anyway.
Hold it, 2 hours slow, like just it always
Like
loses
horrible.
2 hours.
Like it literally doesn't work.
Well,
Like the
that's-
mechanical
yeah.
function
Yeah, it's
of the watch doesn't work. And
The son
there
has
it
a
is.
bracelet,
And they
yeah.
have put this up. That is up there for their reviews. But they are very pretty. But none of the watches to the discerning eye appear to be watches I would take a chance on. Even
Are
for
any
like
of them-
$24, which
Are
is some
any of them featuring precious metals at all?
Stainless steel would be the only
So no gold watches or
identified
anything.
metal. Well, stainless steel is what I have one right here. That's
Yeah,
what
and look,
that's what
Josh,
I use.
no stains at all.
There you go. That's a stainless steel watch. You have a stainless steel watch, don't you, Rob?
I'm sure I do. Yeah.
Oh, you don't wear watches.
I don't.
You don't wear. Josh, do you wear watches?
I wear an Apple Watch.
An Apple Watch. Okay.
Yeah.
So, so stainless steel, very common. And in many cases, in the high-end watch world, stainless steel is more popular than some of the other precious metals. That's a pricing issue and all that. But
and
did the
also
watches,
a wonderful conductor of heat.
You know where I didn't get is it really?
I think so. So I think stainless steel pans are a big deal right now. Because
You know
they
what?
hold
I haven't looked at walks. Oh my God!
What are
I
the
need-
chances
I
that
need an
Temu will sell a
oversi-
walk?
I need an oversized walk.
Mm-hmm.
The walks that I've seen, like in the grocery store and in the box stores, not large enough for my needs. Because I told you I was invited to a dinner
Yeah,
party where I
exactly.
have to be the chef, and I
Do they have a gas? The place where you're going to be a chef, do they have gas stove? Because you're going to need that.
It's a hell of a nicer neighborhood than mine, but I
So
don't know
probably,
if they have gas.
yeah.
That doesn't necessarily guarantee that it's going to be gas, natural gas. We have natural gas in here, which is really, really nice. So anywho, the idea of Temu is just I've been obsessing over it and really trying, and I've still been trying to figure out how I get a cheaply manufactured golf bag. I think Josh identified it. They make 100 more and give them away for very little.
I see it as a parallel, like when you buy Costco brand vodka. You know, Costco's not making that vodka. They're having another company make it, and they're relabeling it. So I think that
Can you get out of your narrow world ever? I mean, it's Costco. That's what.
Oh, it's not widespread like golf bags.
Well, no, but Temu, it's like always Costco with you. It's always
a parallel.
It's always the store that's at 10 minutes down the road from you.
Mike, if it was 10 minutes, you know I wouldn't go.
Expand your mind, your horizon. Put yourself out in the world,
No,
Rob.
my mind
Put
is
yourself
shrinking.
out of the world. Get out of the house. Live life. Experience things.
Mike,
It's
I
like
don't
the
like
loud
it out there.
cups. We don't
What's
make
that?
our own.
What?
The loud cups. We don't make our own cups.
Right.
We send it to another company.
Right. The loud company. Yeah. There you go. Let's hear it, Mike. Come on. Do it. You know you're dying to.
Get out of the house, Rob. Go somewhere besides Costco.
I like my house. Don't like it out there. Things happen out there.
Is it true when we talk about the cost company
Yeah.
that they will take a successful brand, if it's small enough, and they will absorb it? And a great example would be vodka. They take they manufacture their vodka where Grey Goose is manufactured at the same distillery.
My understanding is that Grey Goose makes the vodka and sells it as Costco vodka, Kirkland vodka, whatever the name is, and they sell it to them as their own batch.
And they
so,
sell
it's
it
identical.
for cheaper because they buy so much of the stuff.
Another thing is if you buy the Costco food court hot dogs, they are, I guarantee you, they are Hebrew Nationals. Identical. But they're Kirkland.
Prove it.
bread. No, just by taste and texture.
Prove it.
Mike, all I can offer is a lifelong experience of eating hot dogs. And I know so. And I bet Josh will back me up.
I don't know about Hebrew National, but they're good hot
Anti-Semite.
dogs.
So getting back to the whole thing, still haven't figured it out. But I'm obsessing on it because of the price point for something I really, really would love to have.
Well, make sure you click that link on the Mike O'Mara Show page.
Please click the
when
link.
you go to Temu.
How's that work again, please?
It's over on
Explain
the
that.
left-hand side. There's a Temu logo.
And by the
now.
way, if you're on Facebook, give us a thumbs up. We appreciate that. The more that's done, the better it is.
Temu is requesting that we make a TikTok video about why we love Temu.
Well, we can do one right now.
Let's do it.
All right,
3,
Mike, you start.
2, 1. Hey, have you checked out Temu? It is absolutely fantastic. Everything you could possibly want. I'm talking golf bags. I'm talking golf balls. I'm talking pillows for writing letters or using your computer. Rob, what do you use Temu for?
I love it for leather outfits and also crank sirens, a handheld siren, loud as can be. Can't even find them.
Who would think? Josh, what do you use Temu for?
Microphones and headphones.
Microphones and headphones. Temu. Check it out, and you can click on it right here at MikeO'MaraShow.com. Thank you. Is that where we want them to go?
Doesn't matter. We'll fix it and edit. It's good. We don't need to tell them to go anywhere. Temu just puts a little thing on there.
And meanwhile, Trip Affleck is counting in all caps in the chat room. Skull dice. Tell them skull dice.
They make skull dice as well.
I did look at skull caps on Temu yesterday.
What, to be bald?
No, like swimming caps.
Oh, okay. Perhaps you're going to try to be Curly Howard.
Yeah, they make golf head covers too, but I'm not, And by the way, those can be really expensive.
Oh, like the club head covers.
Yeah, if you go to a golf
like the
store.
duck.
Yeah, they're incredibly expensive, and those are easy to ship. So I think you can.
Oh, you know, it'd be great, Mike, if your golf club covers looked like our puppets.
Quinn writes to us, Rob Spiewak, did you watch the Liza documentary on PBS?
I did not. I was not aware of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wonder. Did you watch it, Mike?
Why would I watch it?
Well, you love talent.
No, I don't love Liza.
I will catch it on the PBS streaming service, I'm sure.
Plus, the Temu jingle is catchy. Is there a Temu jingle?
I don't know of a Temu jingle.
I'm sure there is. I don't know it.
Who needs the progressive emu when you can get online to go to Temu?
TEMU, you gonna love it.
I don't know if I'll be able to solve the bag dilemma, and I'll probably lose interest at a
Mike,
certain point.
I pray that you can solve your bag dilemma.
My bag dilemma will be very, very necessary. I think that will be it.
Will you try the balls?
The golf
at
balls?
all? Yeah. And are they markedly
that's a definite
cheaper?
maybe. That's you know what? It's
Remember,
all over the place.
We're still
right?
working on a golf ball sponsor for the end of the month.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
So
that's
that-
right.
That's
Yeah.
when I think you'll
What's
have
the deal
some
with them,
new-
huh? Stop dragging your feet. Come
a
on
new
now.
ball is coming out. They're launching a new product in May.
Let me simply say this: if this comes to fruition,
Yeah.
you will be thrilled at this sponsor just on name alone. Now, with that said,
I tested them out a few weeks ago.
You did?
Yeah, I did.
They gave you like a demo pack?
No, I went and bought a pack.
They had them. Where'd they have them? Did you buy it online?
Yeah, I bought it online.
Oh, really? And your review?
They seemed fine to me.
They
Little
took
tough to
12
find
strokes
at
off
first.
his game.
What an
Mike.
endorsement.
No,
They took 12 strokes off his game.
right. It's the first time I've played in years, so I didn't
right.
have anything to compare it to.
Well, since
But
we
I
are
had no
talking
issue with
about products, since we're talking about products, yesterday, Mrs. O'Mara came home from her day at the salt mines and worked late, went to work late, came home late. I provided some food. That's an entirely different story. But she walked in the door and she said, "You got a package." Always exciting.
Yes.
You never know. Everybody,
You love
who
it.
doesn't like, we're Americans. We're consumers. We love to get stuff. So she handed me this Amazon Prime bag right here, and I felt it, and it was like a little uneven, and I had absolutely no idea what
I don't
it
like
was.
the soft packed Amazon envelope. I like getting a box from
and
them if possible.
I'm always amazed how often I forget that I ordered something on
Oh,
Amazon.
that
when
would be-
the shipping is like overnight, and I still forget.
I have bought the same Elvis box set twice on Amazon because I buy it when it's announced and then I buy it when it comes out, and they both arrive at the same time.
I bet your wife loves that, right?
Well, she doesn't
Right?
normally know about it, Mike.
Keep it a secret from her?
Of course, yeah.
Like he did his drinking for all those years.
That's right.
I,
Mike, I live in the
Nobody
shadows.
knew.
All right. This is a set. Do not separate.
Oh, okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hold in my hand a bag of baby Jesuses.
Oh, how cool!
Is that what you were expecting, Josh?
That is not my missing Amazon order.
Someone has sent me a bag
That's
of baby Jesus.
sensational because
Now-
I just have the one left from Las Vegas, and you have hundreds of them.
But it's also someone that knows your home address.
That's true. That's very true.
So I think I know who it might be. Well, it might be the person that had them. So.
Yeah, I would think so. What's that?
Oh, no, that's not working. Oh, sorry about that. There.
Oh, Josh, do you have
Yeah,
one
I
as
got
well?
my purple one right here.
Oh, Josh, ours are identical. Look at that. Just like best buddies should be with our identical baby Jesuses. But Mike has all the colors and all the
Yes.
races of Jesu. Or Jezi, I guess.
I have a handful of baby Jesuses, and I don't know what to do with them. So what I'm thinking about, one of them.
There's this
One of them fell on the floor.
That's
Sorry
fine.
about
there's
that.
this trend on cruise ships where people hide rubber ducks for then other cruisers to find. I'm thinking maybe baby Jesuses someone should start hiding.
Mike, I'm hiding a rubber duck right now.
I bet you are. No, I don't want to do that game. But here's what I was thinking might be a little more fun.
Yeah.
I play this sport down here on a regular basis, right? And,
Golf?
Yeah. Thank you, Rob. And I'm out there all the time. And the other day I was talking about how depressed I got because I got really razzed by the MAGA guys that were giving me a hard time. Here's what I'm thinking. I think that every time somebody does something really special, like it makes a great shot, I say that's a baby Jesus. And I give them a baby Jesus, and I keep a separate pouch in my golf bag, and I said, that's a baby Jesus shot right there. And so,
I like
hear me
it.
out. He does.
like
He's
it.
smiling. He's honest.
I love it. I
Yes.
love it.
The only
that-
alternative would be putting them out without people knowing. So just you finish a hole, you drop it in the hole, or you slide it into someone's golf bag.
I would rather do it this way.
I like the
would-
presentation on it.
I would say this is what the rule would be.
All right.
This is a lot of rounds here before I would give
Yeah.
them all away.
Yes.
Every round I played, it's never me, it's somebody in my group. If they make a spectacular, I'm talking about like chipping in from a bunker.
Right.
I'm talking about like a hole in one. I'm talking about really special. But each round, somebody will usually do something really cool. Maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't. But I will say that is a baby Jesus. What's that? And I said, oh, well, that shot deserves this. Here's your baby Jesus.
Mike,
I love it.
I love it too.
I'm doing it then. You
work on
confirmed it.
your sleight of hand so sometimes the baby Jesus comes out of their ear. Like, what's this?
Oh, yeah.
And
Okay.
I look forward to a month in when Mike becomes
Hey,
the
that's
baby
really
Jesus guy.
fantastic. There you go. It's exciting. It's very, very
You are,
exciting.
Mike. You will become the baby Jesus guy.
Would it
of
be
your
safe
club.
to say I think Sharon sent me those?
I would
Sharon,
think so,
I would hope. I would hope so.
Probably.
Yeah.
Do you think she got the baby Jesuses from Temu?
Probably.
Josh, can you get on Temu right now before we go to break and find out where the baby Jesus is? If they are, just put in little.
Well, those
little
came from
Jesus
Amazon.
figure. Oh, they did. Okay. Well,
You just pull it up in Amazon bag, right?
one and the same. You know,
Yeah.
this is fun. This is fun.
But they are available on Temu. They're a little different looking.
Rolanda says, I'm a MAGA. Is it Rolando? Rolando says, I'm a MAGA guy and I couldn't be more disappointed in Trump. That's it.
Well, that kind of doesn't make you a MAGA guy, does it?
And what's that have to do with baby
well,
Jesus?
But I mean, I just read the comments. I
Yeah,
just was reading.
yeah. I'm just curious about his thoughts.
Don't control my narrative, Soroka. Anyway, Jeeps and
well,
rubber
I
duck.
think the fact that Rolando is being so honest with his feelings is a little baby Jesus.
yes.
Oh, the ones on Temu say Jesus heart you across on the little sash.
Oh, that's
Jesus
great.
loves you.
So they turn the little robe into like an award.
That's kind of cool. It's kind of making it better. There
That's
he
a
is.
nice one, Mike. That the white and blue is very nice. That's an exceptional baby Jesus.
There will be pancake makeup in my future.
You know, you can cover that dot with a baby Jesus. Do you have any tape?
Thanks. I appreciate that. You have beautiful skin. You
Thank
really
you.
do. Look
Well,
at your,
what
look at your
happens when you-
forehead. It's so large, but there's not a mark on it.
That's what happens when you don't expose it
Is
to
that
sunlight.
because you don't? You never go outside. That's why the actresses don't. They
That's
don't
right.
go out in the sun. That was part of White Lotus for a while.
Actually, Mike, when I was being done up for the show Crashing, the show that was canceled because of my appearance, the makeup lady said, "You have lovely skin."
right? It's wonderful.
Isn't that nice to hear?
And
Like
that
a
probably
shutter.
has something to do with you have not done a lot outdoors in your
No,
life.
no,
You
I'm
don't
not
spend time in the
rugged.
sun.
I'm more of a Timothy Chalamet.
The last time I remember that you're more of a Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah, I'm more dainty.
That's right.
I'm
and,
not rugged.
That's the only similarity between you and Timothy.
I
Chalamet.
love the fact that
you
that
could
hung
eat
in the.
Timothy Chalamet.
He's asked, Mike. There's been. I love the fact that my Timothy Chalamet comment hung in the air for a full 4 seconds before you reacted.
Just putting
to
Rob and Timothy Chalamet next to each other, and it would be me, like me standing next to the baby Jesus
it would look like a semicolon.
right here. I lost my train of thought because I do that a lot on the show. Yeah, baby Jesuses and Timothy Chalamet. So Temu, we've covered Temu. We've covered the baby Jesuses because I digress with Rob, and sometimes it erases my mind from what I was going to talk
Are there
about.
if there are any BJs left, LBJs left after all the golfing? Will you bring some LBJs on the boat?
Are you calling them LBJs now? No,
Yeah.
I will not bring them on the boat. The boat's not until December. We're going
Yeah,
on our
they're gonna be
cruise in
used up.
December.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
I'll
you
burn
think there's
through
going to be
these.
that many spectacular shots?
Probably not, but you know me, I'll be eager to give out the baby Jesuses. You know?
I may order. You know, I just think it's important we have LBJs for the boat, and I will make sure we have them.
I
if you
think
run
this
out.
will go over beautifully.
I do too.
I think it will be something because the other day when I caught myself from really melting down on the MAGA guys, and I felt so much better after leaving. If I had gone full nuclear and gotten pissy, I would have been miserable. I would not have helped anybody out, including myself, and that's it. So.
Do you think that there will be people that have multiple LBJs, like really good golfers? Will you honor them frequently, or do they just get one?
There will only be one baby Jesus awarded during a round. So technically, the only exception to that rule would be a hole in one. If somebody hits a spectacular shot followed by someone hitting a hole in one, then there will be a 2 little baby Jesus.
And then struck by lightning like Bishop Pickering.
There is no God.
Well, I like the idea of it becoming like a challenge coin at the bar.
Exactly.
Whoever doesn't have a baby Jesus has to pay.
Right. What if I hand one out and I say, what if I walk up to somebody totally sincerely and I shake their hand? Hey, that was great. Pray for me. And just hand them the baby Jesus. That might be special too, I think. We'll see.
When you say pray for me, you have to point to something though.
Mm-hmm.
Like your heart.
How about I put my hand over my heart, my left hand? How about I do this? Pray for me, and I hand them the baby Jesus. And I do a Dirk pose.
But then you'd have to say,
Dirk, thank you for sending the video about how to react as a father in the stands. I always feel like Dirk lectures me in a certain way. You know what I mean?
He wants you out of the way.
Yeah. He does. We have to take a break. Hi, Dirk.
Little baby Dirk.
Take a little baby Jesus. Everybody that came to Vegas got him anyway, so we don't need. But Sharon, if you sent those to me, please let me know, because I'd like to give you credit where credit is deserved. We will take a short break. We have some very bummer news that we'll have today, and lots more fun and thrills coming up on the Mike O'Mara Show. Whoa, whoa. And thank you from the bottom of our hearts for listening to the show, ladies and gentlemen. We truly, truly appreciate it. Poppies will make them sleep. But what if you are not in Oz, and what if you are fresh out of poppies? Today's episode of this podcast is sponsored by Soul, S-O-U-L. The team at Soul just launched their new out-of-office nightcap gummies, which are similar to their world-famous sleep gummies, but nightcap gummies have 3 milligrams for its THC for people who require something a little stronger to go to sleep. THC and melatonin in Soul's nightcap gummies, they work together. And what they do is they give you a deep, restorative sleep. They do it. THC helps you go to sleep faster, and it helps you stay asleep. The melatonin will tell your body that it's time to sleep, and Soul's out-of-office nightcap gummies also contain CBN and CBD, so you go into a deep sleep, and you wake up without that groggy feeling. And, of course, they obviously make them absolutely yummy. The blueberry lemonade flavor is fantastic. All my tubes and wires and careful notes and antiquated notions, science. What the hell does that mean?
I told you yesterday that every time we read the Soul copy, I'm going to put in another small lyric from Thomas Dolby's She Blinded Me with Science. It's fun.
You knock yourself out. I'm glad you're enjoying it.
It's his own game.
Not necessarily fun for the sponsors or me, but if you want to treat yourself to crack open a cold, what he prioritizes is his shtick. That's what he prioritizes.
And that's not even shtick. That's just OCD right there.
Yes, it is. Crack open a cold, out-of-office sparkling THC beverage. Delicious and relaxing and perfect for the TMOS cocktail party this coming Saturday.
Yes.
Be like Rob. Subscribe to these wonderful little helpers. They really work, and I love them. Hit snooze on crappy sleep and prepare for a great night. Go to getsoul.com. Use code TMOS for 30% off your order. That's 30% off your order using code TMOS. That's getsoul.com and the code for 30% off. And hit it. Hit it. Yeah. Bummer. Certain ones get to me, certain ones don't. But the passing of Val Kilmer got to me.
So young.
But I mean, obviously in terrible, terrible health. But we lost Val Kilmer. I do believe that his version, there were so many, it seems when he did this role, so many versions of Doc Holliday, but the Tombstone version with Val Kilmer, really one of my all-time favorite characters in movies. And it's it's a shame. It really is. But legendary actor Val Kilmer passed away yesterday. His daughter Mercedes told the New York Times that he died of pneumonia. He was my age. He was 65. Val started out as a stage actor in the early 80s, became a star in Hollywood after landing early roles in the comedies Top Secret and Real Genius. Oh! I love
Mike,
the smoothie Real Genius. Val Kilmer was spectacular.
I have just a brief Real Genius clip because I knew you love the movie.
I love the movie.
Here's
really
Val.
do.
The only one that knows how to use this garbage, and of course you're never here. And finally, I think I'm getting brain fried.
Okay, Mitch, I'm gonna make it up to you. Let's just pause, put that down. Let's just take a step back. No, I was wrong, I'm sorry. Take a step forward. Now take a step back. Step forward. And a step back.
Will you,
And then we're cha-chaing.
will you stop it? I'm serious.
Okay, I'm serious too.
How composed, right?
It's just
right?
beautiful.
How just completely composed in that scene, because his whole demeanor was of a smartass, and he played it magnificently. He did a few things that they were so good. First of all, his nasty guy in Top Gun with Tom Cruise was spectacular as well. It's so many of these guys that
Don't
start
sleep
on
on Top Secret, Mike. Top Secret was a follow-up to Airplane
Yes.
by the same people, and it was so weirdly crafted. It was like a James Bond Elvis Presley picture parody.
It
was so good.
He
So
also
funny.
was in Batman Forever. There are plenty of people who would say that he was their favorite Batman. He got even bigger in the 90s, played Jim Morrison in The Doors. His other credits, Tombstone, True Romance, Heat, The Ghost and the Darkness, The Saint, Alexander, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Fittingly, his final role was returning to play Iceman again in the Top Gun Maverick movie back in 2022. And if you don't remember this, I didn't know about it. Val provided the voice of Kit in the Knight Rider sequel series that aired from 08 to 09. It only lasted a season. Speaking of his voice, in 2014, he was diagnosed with throat cancer. He had a procedure on his trachea that damaged his vocal cords to the point where he had extreme difficulty speaking. He really was ravaged by this throat cancer. He had to use an electric voice box. He beat it and was cancer-free for years, but unfortunately he was forced to deal with ongoing medical treatments throughout his later years. Despite being a huge star, Val stepped away from Hollywood in the 2000s to explore other interests and spend time with his family. In 2012, he said, this is a great quote about stardom, "I don't have any regrets. It's an adage, but it's kind of true. Once you're a star, you're always a star. It's just what level." I couldn't agree more.
That's
Once
very
you hit that level of stardom, you're known forever. He's survived by his 2 adult children, Mercedes and Jack, who he had with his ex-wife, actress Joanne Whalley. And he is a true gem.
One last thing about him. I know, Mike, we actually share this. I'm a big fan of The Doors. I have all their records. I do.
Did you pan that movie? I thought you didn't like that movie.
I love the movie. I didn't like the fact that I went with my mom, not realizing that all the adult content was in it. Oh. That was a mistake. But in my mind now, when I picture Jim Morrison, I don't really picture Jim Morrison. I picture Val Kilmer as Jim Morrison. Yeah. And here's a great clip from The Doors when he is first.
No, I'm sorry. I hit that.
My friends?
I don't know how that happened.
Am I going too long?
No, I'm actually. Oh, there they are. They just came in. That was not for you. I swear to God. That was a mistake.
This is when he's first learning to sing "Light My Fire," and I'm a little self-conscious, Mike. And it's
really
just
not, Rob. I swear to God, that was not. That was inadvertent.
Okay. All right. I'll shake.
You want to know what makes Soroka laugh? This is what makes Soroka laugh. He is loving this.
You're trying to say it's inadvertent, and that's the one button you accidentally press.
I swear to God, I did not mean to do that. I'm sorry. What's the clip you want to share with us, Rob?
It's the clip of me disappointing all of the world.
No, it's not. Don't say that. Come on.
No. Okay, this is when they first bring the song, their first single, Light My Fire, to Jim, and he sings it. And I swear, it feels like you're there because he really becomes Jim Morrison.
Well, he looked like him too, right?
Well, he looks identical to him. But here he is. He comes in and they're playing the wrong melody. And when he starts singing it, he gets it right.
That's great, Robbie. You got some nice changes in there. More lyrics?
Yeah, some. I call it Light My
You turn it up at all?
I can't, but we will definitely fix it in the post.
Snakes or fire.
I like it. Sounds like the birds, though, man. But I like it. I like it. It's good.
Kevin Dillon.
So it is a great movie. It really feels like you're right there.
Coltrane did on My Favorite Things. Start over.
Okay, here is where he sings.
A minor, B minus, jazz.
Yeah, man,
And he did all his own singing in the movie. That's another thing that's great.
Come on, baby, light my fire. No, but I like it.
Isn't that great? I just love that. And it's like, you ever have a movie where they show a record coming together like that? Good night.
Sorry. Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine.
That was a swimming like you. Like,
Don't worry,
you know.
we'll be back tomorrow, everybody.
No, we're not going to commercial. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
I like that, and I think a lot of people like that, and I think it's a great tribute to him.
I just wish we didn't have to wait 10 minutes for Val Kilmer to come on camera. That's all. But
well,
anyway.
Mike, everyone has wishes. It keeps you waking up in the morning.
Thank you. Some people go to great lengths to appear younger than they are. I'm very self-conscious when it comes to appearing older than I am, or just old in general, because I have an 11-year-old. But they're missing one big tell. Their email address. According to a report, Gen Z professionals are using email to guess a coworker's age. This is
I
great.
used to get all kinds of grief about my email.
works.
Yeah.
Not the body of the message, not even the decision to use email in the first place, the actual address, assuming it's a personal account. One young person says that if someone has a Gmail handle with just their name and no additional letters or numbers, they probably claimed that address early on, meaning they're likely over the hill, but not too old. There are also real old schoolers who finally caved at some point over the past few years and got an email account, and they're on the same boat as the younger workers because they're doing it the way it's done now. Instead of Gmail, their domain is earthlink.net or their cable company, which they still have. So,
or AOL.
With that. So people pay
AOL, I still have. I can't get rid of my Comcast one because people have been contacting me through it for 15 years. I can't get rid of it. But I used to get a lot of grief from people saying, you look like an old man when you email with your full name up there and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And it's email. If it works, why change it?
That's true. Why change? That's going to be on your tombstone. Why change?
Yeah, and I hope it happens soon.
Okay, if you have enjoyed the many topless photos of Chelsea Handler that she used to bless us with, stop it. We now know who you can blame for the fact that she doesn't post them anymore. It's her nephews.
Oh.
They asked her to stop, and sadly she listened. She says, quote, I told them this is why I didn't have children, to not have parameters set for me by children. But they said their friends at college were talking about me, and I thought, great, I'm relevant to college kids. Whoa, perfect. That's all I really could have ever asked for. But then I thought about it, and I thought, I don't want to humiliate him, I don't want to be like a joke. So no more of that.
That's
Chelsea.
a shame because she really enjoyed doing that.
She sure did. She
Skiing?
loved showing the boobs all the time with Chelsea Handler. She also liked the Doors movie. I'm sorry, what's wrong with me today? It was a great movie. I agree with you that it was an amazing performance.
Oh, well, then everything's forgotten.
Okay, things between exes Cardi B and Offset, the rapper, are not going smoothly. This is really deep and dark.
Okay.
According to Cardi, during a live stream, she said he has been harassing her constantly for the past few months, alternating between begging her to come back and threatening to kill her and himself.
Whoa.
Cardi, don't go on a live stream. Call the cops if this is true.
Yeah.
Cardi also claims he's been sending videos of them having sex to the new guy that she's been seeing.
Well, that's cordial.
This is weird. She adds that, quote, every time he knows that I go out of town, he harasses me, and he leaves me voice notes trying to put my self-esteem to the ground, and I'm so tired of it. Well, that's different than saying I'm going to kill you and I'm going to kill myself at the same time. That's just
Who's the guy that's stalking her? I forget.
Offset.
Yeah. Does he like the Doors movie?
He likes the Doors movie where Val Kilmer is actually on camera.
Oh, that's the best part.
He doesn't like the part where Kevin Dillon is and Kevin
Cardi
Dillon
likes
for me.
Kevin Dillon.
How did you like Kevin Dillon in the Doors movie?
Myself? I thought he was fine. I thought the whole band was cast well.
Some of it really fun.
Oh, I think it's marvelous. Some of it really fine.
Oh, Mike, didn't you mean to hit the crickets?
Yeah. No, not that time. Thank you. Thank you very much. Have I upset you in some way? You seem a little tense now. Have I really gotten to you with that Doors thing? You know?
No, it's
I know
not
it's
the Doors,
death, and it's the subject
not
you
the
feel
Doors
like you
thing.
own on this show.
It's not so much the Doors thing. I'm thrown by the unexpected crickets still.
Sorry about that. And then the second time I played them was intentional.
Oh, I know that. And when I played it was intentional. But the thing is I am trained to have a different reaction to my friends when they stop by. And when my friends, the crickets, stopped by, I had to stop and regroup because it wasn't normally a setup that brings them in.
If it's any consolation, I don't hit the crickets nearly as much as I should.
Thank you.
That wasn't necessarily directed at, I guess it was directed at you.
Mike, there's only 3 of us in here.
This is a weird energy on this show today, but hope we're having fun for you folks. Finally today, April is National Distracted Driving Awareness Month. Rob Spiewak, before I read this story,
yes,
I will alert you and I will give you a heads up because that'll help you, that there will be a 2-question quiz for you that will end this story. I think you might have success.
All right.
It's National Distracted Driving Awareness Month. A poll for it found 1 in 7 Americans have fallen asleep at the wheel before. 14% admitted it's happened at least once. Here are the top 4 things we do to stay awake.
All right.
We drink something with caffeine. 63% do it when feeling tired behind the wheel. It sounds rather normal. Crank the radio.
Yes.
A lot of people, 62% do that. The sound of our grating voices will keep you alive if you turn your podcast on in your car.
Yeah.
Roll down a window is number 3. 58% of people either roll down the window or blast the AC. I'm more of a window roller down.
Window down, yeah.
And when you do morning shows and you're driving, it happens a bit. Number 4, talk to someone on the phone. Great way to do it. However, if you are super tired behind the wheel and you talk to somebody on the phone, you can get distracted as well, where you get caught up in the conversation and you might but
it'll keep you from zoning. It'll keep you from falling asleep, I think.
I think you're right. 59% said they do pull over to rest sometimes, which is what you should do. And now the quiz for Rob Spiewak.
Yes.
Rob, if you are falling asleep at the wheel, where should you pull over? Where would you recommend pulling over?
I usually pull over in the center lane of the Dulles Toll Road. I'm sorry.
Oh, I thought that was the correct answer.
No, that was not. No. I want you to think. Show history.
Well, then the other option would be the ice cream cone at the elementary school.
There it is. Thank you, Josh Soroka. Congratulations. I said, what should you eat? And that was it. Maybe I should have reversed the order.
Yeah, if you had reversed the order, I might have gotten it.
Fail. That's it. We have to take a break, and that's it.
I'm right in the pocket, aren't I? Mother effer.
Josh, congratulations on that one. And you weren't there when it used to happen. When
I was a listener, though.
Pull over. Okay, you were a listener. Thank you for remembering. I appreciate that. We'll take a break, and we will come back with theater gimmicks, ladies and gentlemen, coming up on the Mike O'Mara Show. If you're like Rob, he's got his beard, and he wants to cover the gray up, but home hair dye kits are a mess. And
colored it again, Mike, since I trimmed it. And I love the way it looks.
It looks
I think
darker.
It's fantastic. Yeah,
Nobody wants to go to the salon to do that. It's a hassle. He keeps it simple. Simpler hair color. A full variety of shades to match any guy's hair and beard. With Simpler Hair Color, there's no need to buy a separate hair, beard, and touch-up product. A single can has you covered for up top and on the beard as well. Plus, 1 can of Simpler Hair Color provides as many uses as up to 4 of those boxes, those teeny tiny boxes of drugstore hair dye. Simpler Hair Color was started by Snehal Patel and Mitch Brown. These guys endured the mess of home dye kits and the harsh ingredients of salons for years, so they developed their own hair dye formula for men. The choice is simple. Simpler Hair Color offers gentler ingredients, a cleaner application, and unlike other companies, there's no waste. That's why their mission is to become the #1 men's hair and beard dyeing brand. Plus, Simpler Hair Color offers free shipping and free returns, so you can try Simpler Hair Color risk-free. Say goodbye to grays the easy way with Simpler Hair Color. Head to simplerhaircolor.com/TMOS and use code TMOS for 10% off your order. Once again, that's simplerhaircolor.com/TMOS for 10% off, and make sure you use the promo code TMOS so they know that we sent you.
Literally, Mike, I did it this morning. That's how fast it is. It can be part of your morning routine. It's 15 minutes I did it.
And not the great thing for me would be the irritation, not having that. Would
oh my
be,
God, it's so gentle. It is so gentle on my skin.
Yeah, I see. It was almost translucent yesterday, and today you've got a little bit of that stubble coming.
I
in.
like
Very
the fact
cool.
that you can see it. Yeah, it's nice.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. I think we all know that none of us go to the movies like we used to. Not even close. It was.
Can you think of the last time you went to the theater?
Usually with my son. That's and I think Minions, the sequel of Minions, or the trequel, or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah.
I went this weekend and saw Snow White because it's the same thing. You take the kids.
Is Snow White controversial?
It is.
Why is it controversial?
Because the person playing Snow White has been very outspoken.
Okay,
I see.
But and like they do in every modern movie, they make changes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. So
for one thing, they changed the character of Happy. The dwarf Happy is now called MAGA. And he's a very outspoken dwarf.
Is she an anti-MAGA person? Is that what it is?
She's anti-MAGA. I think she's anti-Israel.
Okay, all right.
That's
and
outspoken about that. And then they changed the dwarfs to
the names?
CGI.
Oh, yeah, they CGI'd the dwarves.
The CGIs. So I think some people got upset that they were going to make a movie with dwarfs, and then dwarfs got upset that they were making a movie not casting them and taking away the jobs.
Oh my God!
And then
people,
she came outspoken about how Snow White doesn't need a prince anymore and all this. So they changed that part.
What? The prince doesn't kiss her or anything
No,
like that?
he's a like outlaw. Like
yeah, and they've also changed his name to the artist formerly known as Prince.
That is the whole thing with that is like it's like a microcosm of our society.
Yeah, and also, you know what?
Fighting and everybody.
They're missing the point. They're missing the point of don't remake Snow White.
Yeah.
Because it was a beautiful, perfect film in its day. Just watch the old one.
But they can't do that, Rob, because it's Hollywood and they want to do the lack of originality.
If you ignore all that tweaking of the movie and the lady outspoken, it's a fine kids movie.
Okay.
Well, that's good. That's
I like
good.
that. All right. But we don't go nearly as much as Americans used to go to the movie theaters. And Rob informed me before the show started today that apparently they're trying to get people back. I know
there's a movement.
You go to the Alamo where you get like a full dinner. If
yeah,
you
that's
want
like
to,
that's
right?
the last. I haven't seen. I guess the last new movie I saw in a theater might have been the Elvis movie.
Okay.
And that I saw that a lot of times. I saw
like
that
a year ago, right?
More than that, like 2 years ago.
Wow.
I saw it like 6 or 7 times. It was very, very good. But I do go see the classics, but they say that they're not bringing in the people they used to.
No, not
with
not
even with the
close.
big tentpole movies, you know.
The popcorn buckets didn't work. That didn't bring everyone back.
The Elvis popcorn bucket?
They did popcorn buckets for like every single movie in the past year.
You know, if there had been one, I'd have bought it.
I think it's obvious that having access to feature films at home,
yeah,
you know, we don't like to leave our magic box. We
it
don't like
wasn't
to get out
that
of it.
long ago that Josh went and saw Wicked, and now it's free on Peacock, and I still haven't watched it.
By the way, in the cost company where I was talking about going there yesterday, giant one, first thing I see on the left, giant 100-inch screen.
I seen it.
I've
Mike.
looked at it many times.
From Hisense, you know.
Is that even a brand?
Yes, it is. Yeah,
That's the brand of my TV right here.
By the way, I bought
like
my
Hisense.
kid at Walmart his TV broke, and I bought him an $88 television. A 32-inch $88
Can you imagine? I mean, even adjusted for inflation, paying $88 for a decent television back in the day?
I don't even know the name of the brand. I think it's like O or something.
ONN is Walmart's electronic brand.
It's a Baltimore thing. You say, turn it on.
It was light to the point of being
comical.
Yes, light to the point of Jesus.
Like you could hang it up with Velcro.
You could absolutely hang it up with Velcro. It's a very, very strange experience.
I remember spending nearly $1,000 on a 36-inch tube television.
Yeah.
That was high
Mitsubishi.
def. Yeah. No,
We've been together that long, wasn't
mine
it?
was a Sony. Mine was a
Sony.
Sony. I think you had a Mitsubishi tube. I had
All
a
right.
Sony tube, and the Trinitron. And by the time that I was ready to get rid of it, I literally couldn't give it away. I couldn't. I found one guy that would come in, and I said, "You can have it if you want to carry it," because it was upstairs. And he
So
said,
heavy.
"Yeah, I'll take a free TV." And he showed up with like a 12-year-old, and he said, "Can you help?" And I said, "No."
No, I'm not throwing my back out.
I
Here,
can't.
just take it.
I
Take it,
can't.
please. You got it for free.
When I first started in the industry, that's what I had to do was hang those TVs in like bars and nightclubs and hang the giant tube TVs and carry them up ladders. It was no fun.
I was gonna say they have you have to like drill into them, right? For the
Yeah. You got to get a stud at
Yeah.
least. And
Yeah,
then,
man.
Put it up there. Hey, I'm your stud. No, different kind of stuff. But go ahead. What are the theaters doing?
So they're sort of revamping it. Now, one of the things I think is really cool, and I think this is probably overdue, is they're increasing the accessibility, not just for people in wheelchairs or differently abled, but also they're doing screenings for people with autism where they like don't kill the house lights or they don't turn the movie up as loud. So it's specialized screenings for people with special needs. So you can come out and not be upset by the movies. I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, that also sort of goes along with like the Americans with Disability Act. So they're only, 30 years late?
Yeah, they're only
But-
like adhering to probably standards that were in place already. So, well, I wouldn't call that a gimmick.
No,
just,
that's something they're doing based on demand.
Okay. Well, yeah, but they are changing that way. They are also doing things more than movies, like the sing-alongs and the special screenings with props and all that
right,
stuff to
special
try and suck
needs.
people.
No, sing along. No,
I'm waiting for
by the
something that
way,
we care about.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that to be cold and crass. I'm saying that because do I think that will move the meter? Well, no.
No,
Not to get big crowd. A sing along?
that'll work for one night, one
Well,
show.
yeah, but I mean,
that's
if
not
it's
going to
something-
pack the movie theater.
Think about the kids that were all into that Taylor Swift movie, the documentary about her tour. They
Once
would probably
again,
go
though-
see
Right.
that more than once and sing along with that, with the lyrics on the screen. They'd
Not
probably love
gonna
it.
not gonna move the meter.
It's not going to replace your summer blockbusters.
Yeah.
Well, no, it doesn't need to replace them. It needs to add to them. It needs
So
to
you-
get more
Okay.
people in.
You know what?
You're approving of this.
Well, then I've got another thing for your list that movie theaters are doing that I've noticed
Okay.
down here.
All right.
Sunday morning church services
Seen it? Yeah.
where they rent it out to the church.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to move the meter for them just as much as these other two things because
Yeah,
it's
but
one
it's
show in a
pennies,
week.
man. They've
Now,
got to
when
get
you
they got to
say-
get people in there.
Hold on. When you say this, you're talking about an actual theater that is utilized by a parish or a
Yes.
a
Yeah, like
preacher.
they run a school or whatever.
Yeah,
They're just
a
using the
young
building.
super church will rent a movie theater. Carrie is she did some childcare at a movie theater church.
Listen, back in my day, I dabbled a little bit in commercial real estate, and one of the real tells for like a strip mall that a strip mall might need life support is when you see the church go into it because they can't get anybody else. But there's so many churches that pop up, and if they're not a mega church, a lot of times people need the reasonably priced office space.
They're
to
gonna
do
well,
that.
they can always put a church in Sears like they did in Gemstones.
Did they put a church in Sears? Like
It was
a little
in
teeny
some
church?
anchor store in a mall. The church that Baby Billy preaches at is in
Yeah.
a mall.
Can I say I saw a clip,
Oh,
and I might go back to the Gemstones. Speaking of wheelchair access,
For the water
the
skiing?
guy that's
No,
complaining,
water skiing.
the guy that's complaining about the snacks.
Yes.
That's the one that might get. Is it worth going back and
Well,
check it
there
out?
is one scene.
I
in-
just hated the John Goodman sex talk. It made
It's-
me want to throw up in my mouth.
Well, you're gonna love the sex
Yeah.
talk compared to what you get this week.
Okay.
You're
Yeah,
gonna
Rob,
be
Rob and I
craving for
talked about
sex
how
talk.
it's still funny. It's just a different show.
Yeah,
this year.
it's like sort of surrendered to like sitcom tropes. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not the clever writing that it used
I
to
ain't
be.
going back. Thank you very much. Oh, you know what? And this is just a complete digression from what we're talking
Just
about.
check out the first 2 minutes.
My of this week's episode.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
My son and I have taken to watching Young Sheldon, which is as sitcom-y as sitcom-y
Yeah,
can
that's
be.
the Big Bang spinoff, right?
Yeah, it's the Big Bang spinoff. Well, Jim Parsons plays the voice of older Sheldon.
Sure.
And
Okay.
my kid is digging it because my kid's super bright and he understands. And I'm watching it too. What's it, 9 years old or something like
Yeah.
that? Yeah.
Well,
And,
young Sheldon is now like 30. So
Right. And now they have don't they have another spinoff of that show now too?
Yeah.
I think that's Sheldon as a kid, and I think now they have one as Sheldon's parents as a kid.
Really? Okay, well, all I know is the episode we watched last night. God knows what year it aired, but guess who did a cameo on it?
Who?
You'll never get Elon Musk.
I bet he was great.
Fantastic. Super good. But go ahead. Theater gimmicks.
Other theaters
So far, we have churches, we have handicap access, and sing-alongs. Not going to make a difference.
What about bringing the kids out by saying you can text during our movies? Because some movie theaters are doing that.
No.
Oh, God.
That's going to keep me away.
No. All these are, well, not necessarily the wheelchair access or whatever, but I mean, no, nothing's like.
Well, Josh never goes to any place where he doesn't
Right.
honor his handicap parking pass.
But give me something that for the consumer. Give me a little something.
Well, to be fair,
how about lowering the price a little bit?
Oh, they'll never do that.
Right.
But think of your the 25 and under group. That if a slow part of the movie happens, they're dying to go onto their phone and text about it or Instagram about it. So I think they're trying to skew it younger, whereas like the Alamo prides itself on no texting.
What I never understood, and I'm
How
sure
about
it's
everybody
a
gets a baby Jesus?
LBJ.
I'm sure it's a licensing thing, a money thing, is why they don't show sporting events in movie theaters. I always
it's
thought
like the closed
you should-
circuit thing, like the old days.
Yeah, like you should be able to go there and watch the Super Bowl and buy
Or
a ticket.
how about a
and
regular
celebrate.
NFL game? How about you did the ticket and you do it in the theater and you get, because what, one of those multiplexes where they've got, how about you go to the, I swear to God, I'm just thinking this out loud, but you go and everybody goes to the theater where your game is.
Right. Right. So then you're with fans. Yeah, that would make a lot more sense in money.
And it's not a bar where, because my biggest knock on going to a big bar to watch
Yeah.
a game, you can't hear it. You can't hear the audio. But if
you got
went,
you got Dolby Sound in a theater. Yeah,
You can
go
hear
in
it.
and get Dolby Sound,
You
and
still
if
have the alcohol and the snacks.
it would be fantastic. Get to have your beers. But I'm talking about regular season game. I'd go to a Giants game at a theater.
Just so you know, Mike, at the King's Dominion Theater in King's Dominion in Doswell, Virginia, they will show the Commanders games in the theater during the day on Sunday for parents that just want to let their kids run around. You can go watch the football game in the theater.
I think that's a great idea.
That's a pretty smart idea.
I think it is a good idea.
And now I saved the best for last. Some theaters are experimenting with letting people smoke pot in the theater.
You know, do you remember Vegas, boys?
do you know how much-
remember Vegas where you could not walk 3 feet
Yes.
without that
There's no
horrible
need.
smell?
Take
Yeah.
a gummy.
Yeah, take a
But
you don't need
Mike,
to smoke.
how much better would Barbie be if you're just high?
Yeah, and then you wouldn't even have to buy any. You could just go in and get a contact high and be. I know I could. I get contact highs easily. I got them in Vegas.
Yeah.
Think of all
remember
the
that.
popcorn they're selling.
And Funyuns.
On that note,
But anyway, so get ready to spark up and go to the movies, folks.
Yeah,
It's show business.
Weed, way to go. Good luck with that, theaters. I hope you do really, really well.
It's
That
going to
should
be great for any autistic weed smoker.
When we come back, it's I haven't named this segment, but I think I should probably call it True or Not True. That's very simple. We've got an April Fool's Day prank that really caught my eye. I hope you enjoyed it. Made me laugh, even if it's fake. But you'll have to tell me whether it's fake or
Fake
not.
it or make it.
Fake it or make it. Is your cat having digestive issues? I don't have a cat, but if your cat is throwing up their food or in need of a diet upgrade, listen to this. This podcast is sponsored by a company called Smalls. Smalls Cat Food. They have protein-packed recipes made with preservative-free ingredients that you'd find in your fridge, and it's delivered right to your door. That's why Cats.com named Smalls their best overall cat food. That's a pretty good little accolade there.
Sure.
You can get 35% off plus an additional 50% off your first order. Head over to smalls.com and use code TMOS for a limited time only. Customer Elizabeth said, my cat was why am I giving Elizabeth a Gene Simmons voice?
I like it. That's the way Elizabeth sounds. You don't know that Elizabeth is a lady.
Why don't you cue Elizabeth, Rob?
We spoke about Smalls cat food recently to customer Elizabeth. Hi, Liz.
My cat was always so-so with her usual food, but she's very enthusiastic about Smalls. Her breath is much better, and she poops
much less frequently.
That's great.
And it doesn't smell disgusting like it used to. Thank you.
Thank you, Gene.
After switching to Smalls, 88% of cat owners reported overall health improvements. Plus, you can try it risk-free. That means a full refund if your cat won't eat their food.
Yes.
So, what are you waiting for? Give your cat the food they deserve for a limited time only. Because you are a Mike O'Mara Show listener, you can get 35% off Smalls plus an additional 50% off your first order by using my code TMOS. That's an additional 50% off when you head to smalls.com and use promo code TMOS. Again, promo code TMOS for an additional 50% off your first order plus free shipping at smalls.com. Don't you agree with that, Gene? All the cool cats love it. Thank you. Thank you very
Mike,
much.
to set up this next segment, I get to play a jingle that I don't play. I don't know if I've even ever played it.
April Fools!
Hi, everybody. It's 5 o'clock on April Fools. Welcome to the Zoo Crew. All right,
Live from the Nut Hut.
Now, I realize that, 50% of everything we see online is fake. Everybody's out there scamming.
Oh, by
This
the way,
one-
quit texting me and emailing me and messaging me about yesterday's story that they're making a 50-foot statue of Edna Garrett from the Facts of Life in Peekskill, New York. It's the most obvious April Fool press release I've ever seen. Don't be fooled. It's not real.
This prank, and it's identified as such, was put up online, and under the guise of a guy got into a video program where he could create a false alien attack. Now, the tell that this might be a problem is that it looks like it's Matt Lauer that's used in the Today Show thing. But just take a look. It still made me chuckle. I'll roll it, and then we'll get your analysis of this. Take a look at this thing.
What is going on?
And good morning. We have an NBC News special report.
High oval-shaped object appears in major cities. Gordo, there's something going on!
This critical message is being delivered by the emergency alert.
All right, I'm getting a little nervous here.
This is not a test. We interrupt regular
Dear
scheduled
God.
programming.
This world is... What the fuck?
What's going on?
Gord!
She talks too much for it to be real.
What is this?
Yeah.
I know,
I
but
think
I'm
she's
getting
in on
nervous.
it.
Yeah, of course she is.
See, I told you guys we needed a fucking plan! We need a fucking... Call Ronnie. Call Anthony! Gordy!
And she never questions that he's filming her?
Yeah. It's not a bad
afraid.
prank.
I'm gonna call Ronnie.
She's overdoing it.
Okay, my phone is not fucking working! Okay.
Oh, they're saying aliens.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
What?
I'm sorry. I agree with you.
Oh,
Mike,
dear God!
you need to put a candy in the jar.
Now!
They're saying aliens.
Stop playing around! Hey, Gordy? I'm scared. I'm afraid. I'm afraid! Gordy!
Also, she cleaned her home before this video.
That is a spotless house.
She
Yeah.
cleaned her
Hey!
home.
I told them we're supposed to have some kind of hand cream. We don't have any shit we're supposed to have. We don't have anything we're supposed
What a
to
potty
have.
mouth on that woman.
Hey!
She needed hand cream for the aliens.
Dom, I don't feel good. Dom, I feel lightheaded.
By the way,
Dominic,
my
I feel
all right,
like-
turn it off. My prank for my son yesterday was as lame as it gets. I went to the corner of the living room and I went, "Oh my God, what is that?" And I'm like, "Oh." And I pretended it was running over toward the couch, and I look up and my son's grinning. I didn't put my mom, God rest her soul, would put the effort in and would really do nice ones, not cruel,
Right.
but nice. And I think that there it is. Hey everybody, it's the 5 o'clock whistle on WAVA. How
I
are
have
you?
two that I think hold up, but one you can't really do anymore because we don't have like desk phones anymore. But at I guess it was at WJFK, I went through on the night before and taped down the little button that releases when you pick up your desk phone. So their phone would ring and they'd pick it up and it wouldn't click in because the thing was taped down.
That's why you were the most popular person at the radio station.
That's right. And also, Mike, you can't beat green food coloring in the milk.
Always fun.
That's
Always
great
very,
and
very
surprising. Yeah.
And then twice a year. You get to do it for St. Patrick's Day as well.
Yes.
And I will stand by Tats for Tots.
Oh, the best ever.
Yeah.
The best ever. Yeah.
One of my favorite moments. Yeah, sorry about that. I just wasted everybody's time. I'm going to play the crickets for me. Here we go. There he goes. That's it. Thank you.
It's a shame you didn't play the whole video because at the end, Val Kilmer pretends to be Jim Morrison.
All I've done is require post-production to be a little longer today, so my sincere apologies to Mr. Soroka, Mr. Spiewak, and everybody
I
on
look
the show.
forward to it. I think that video is going to be funnier the more I watch it. Hand crane.
I could have just played a Dice video. That would have been fine. What's the deal? The aliens are invading Dice.
Hey, alien, do you want, a picture with the face?
Do you have, hopefully, beautiful video to save me from this segment today?
I've got...
And
Mike, I'm so thrilled. I have beautiful video from a baseball game that Josh doesn't even know about.
I do not.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
And Rolando has sent in a super chat. He says for his mistake, but maybe it's now for your mistake.
No, it was his mistake when I called him out for being a MAGA guy who's disappointed in Trump. I said, you defy explanation then.
Yeah, that's true. That was snarky. Yeah. That was cruel. But Rob hates the listeners. We should be on record saying that. Always has. Always
and
will.
Mike, they love it. I don't know. The more I hate them, the more they love me.
Remember the Sacramento dance, Rob? They love it. They love the hatred. They really, really do. We will take a break and come back with beautiful video. I feel, sometimes I know there's a chance it's fake, but when it's confirmed, I feel like even a bigger idiot. So my apologies.
I think you did a fine job.
Yeah. And the whole thing, it's right there. He's taping her, moron. I'm talking to myself. Oh, Mike's going to get a talking to sometime soon.
Also, was that supposed to be this year?
I don't know.
Because
I've seen the video. It's a few years old.
Okay.
It's a few years old, too. Checked
That's
all
why
my
it's
boxes.
a clip of Matt Lauer.
Checked all my
I
boxes.
was going to say, because Matt Lauer would have been a
checked
clue.
his boxes, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, everybody, do you have any delightful memories, like you had a fun time faking a video that was 12 years old? That's a bingo. Do you want to relive those wonderful days where your coworkers just got on and tolerated your idiocy, but they are trapped in a studio they can't get out of? No, I'm talking about things that are videotaped or filmed. Or just, you don't know where to start. You got all this old stuff that's media that you want to put on the cloud or digitize. We have found the perfect solution for you. It's LegacyBox, the simple and safe solution for digitizing all your family's precious memories. Plus, when you go to LegacyBox.com/TMOS, you can enjoy 50% off when you get started with LegacyBox today. Right now, purchase a LegacyBox, get 90 days free access to LegacyBox and their cloud, which is the easiest way to stream, share, and download your movies. They're Netflix for your home movies, folks.
Exactly. That's
I got mine this week. We got our Legacy Cloud in, and it sent videos of my wife's videos that she got to see now her dad, who passed away when she was 3 years old, and got to sit here and watch the videos thanks to LegacyBox.
Oh, my God. That's
How
great.
incredible was that experience?
It was pretty pretty moving for her.
Oh, that's great.
So.
Download, organize, save them, store them securely. The LegacyBox Cloud brings you peace of mind, and now you can't even lose your photos if you tried. Go to LegacyBox.com/TMOS to save 50% for a limited time only. Go to LegacyBox.com/TMOS. That's LegacyBox.com/TMOS. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it.
Hey, I like that. Some beautiful video.
Jerry Tom.
Hot kiss, Mike.
102.7 Hot Kiss FM.
Mike, let's lead with the baseball video. Someone was up to no good, and there was at the Cubs game, I think it was the day before yesterday, there was a drone in the stadium, and it was
in the stands.
No, on the field, just out in the outfield, and no, it was small, so the announcers and the players didn't even know why they had stopped the game. But you see a lot of pointing and stuff, but it's a great solution to how to get the drone off the field.
Gonna have to stop play till this gets resolved. All the players kind of looking out in that direction.
This is a bat boy.
Actually, what we see is right above. There it is. They got it.
Well, they cooperated by lowering it into his hand.
To the rescue.
No.
Do
Well,
it,
yeah,
Stu.
Why didn't they try to fly it away?
Watch your fingers, bud.
I think the kind of person that actually flies a drone in a stadium is not that bright to begin with. So maybe they're trying to keep it too low for fun.
The Bat Boy would have gotten a lot more credit if he just swung that baseball bat at it.
You're right.
Oh, that would have gotten a roar.
And the Bat Boy's got a mustache.
Yeah, the Bat Boy looks like Don Adams.
Bat Boy. Yeah, and I mean, really, we could do 10 minutes on that.
Yeah.
What's the deal with it's supposed to be a Bat Boy. Hey,
what's the deal?
What's wrong with these people?
He's got a mustache. My Bat Boy looks like Clark Gable.
Mark Schubel writes, I told my niece I was voting Democratic in the Wisconsin election. April Fools. Ha 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 ha.
Maybe, Mike, this will help.
April Fools!
Hey, everyone, welcome to the Morning Zoo. A little April Fool's joke there. Go ahead, Rob. Sorry.
I don't think that the big box hardware stores like Home Depot and Lowe's have a reputation for being very hip. They're very necessary, but they're very hip. But I thought this viral marketing...
They're very unhip, you mean?
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's what I meant to say. They're very necessary, but not hip. And this video actually kind of sways me in the other direction. And it's a viral marketing video for paint. I find it catchy.
Rumors. You think my wall is drab. I put the rumors on my wall and now my wall is fab.
It's the color of the year and Bear makes it clear. You'll impress all of your friends and even draw a tear.
But you gotta go to Home Depot. Gotta go to Home Depot and spread the rumors, DIYers. Pick the color you desire. If you're lost,
try Nutmeg Frost.
In a kerfuffle,
Wild Truffle.
In defeat,
Oxford Street.
Did I lose you? I'll repeat. If you're lost, Nutmeg Frost, a kerfuffle, Wild Truffle. And if you're not sure, grab a sample, need those colors.
What's that?
Are they auditioning to do an ad?
I think it was put out by Home Depot as a viral video.
Okay.
But I think it's fantastic.
It is pretty good. I like it.
Bear has samples, but you gotta go to Home Depot. Gotta go to Home Depot.
So that's pretty modern, I thought.
Very nice. Congratulations. Very clever, boys. That's nice.
Also modern, Mike. Do you use internet?
I try.
Yes, it's a world. Josh, I know you're not as tech savvy as us, but what it is, it's a web that goes worldwide.
What do you have for a video for us?
Let's say you weren't familiar with the World Wide Web and you go to the library looking for some rock and roll lyrics.
Would this be the same people that would be called out on their addresses, their email addresses?
No. This is trying to get America into the World Wide Web state of mind.
Get the latest music lyrics from like REM. This is a library, dude, not some big city music store. Yeah, man, REM's a hot band. Let's see what we can find on the net.
Talk about hot. What's this?
Hey, dude, this is happening. It's World Wide Web on the internet, and we get to it through the library network. Here it is. Take your pick, and I'll print them out for you.
Hey, Sheryl Crow's lyrics are here, too. Can I get some of them?
Hey, man, that's why we've got this network.
All right, can I say something about this?
Yes.
Do you have a memory like I do? Because we were around when this all came to fruition,
right?
Where it was so poorly explained.
Yes.
And it was so poorly communicated what it was that, and I'm not quite sure what I would have done to change that, where you could really communicate exactly what the internet was all about, or at the time called the World Wide Web.
Yeah.
It just wasn't communicated until it became commonplace. Is that accurate? Do you agree with that?
And it was similar when they came out with, before DVRs, there was TiVo, and no one could understand, as I recall, that you could start watching a show after it started and catch up to it live.
Yeah, nobody got that either.
Nobody got it either.
So
it's also, they would introduce it by like, here's the Today Show, let's talk about email. And those people don't understand it either.
No.
Yeah, and so the people that are trying to explain it don't get it quite. And the people that, like, when you look at that, the only reason that makes sense to anybody is because it's been here forever, and we now understand what it is. It's a joke, actually. It's silly. But if you were really sitting there going, you would say, and I remember this, you would look and go, what do I want Sheryl Crow? This is how I'd process it. What do I want Sheryl Crow's lyrics for? What does that matter? What is the deal? When what they should have been trying to communicate was, you have access to everything. You're going to have access to every bit of information you could possibly want to be able to program into a computer.
Tried to do that, but the people that were selling the internet didn't have the skills to.
It was probably pre-Google.
Well, and we couldn't have the vision to understand back then that the internet would become this.
That's the truth also. And that's probably why it was difficult for people to get in their heads, because it was so out of our realm of reality.
Well, look at Back to the Future 2, where they go to the future, but it's still fax machines.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah. Well, they didn't have that kind of savvy knowledge. Well, they're Hollywood movie makers.
And now, Mike, everybody does the internet.
Isn't that something?
How about that?
How about
I had never seen this. The movie The Jerk with Steve Martin. Have you ever seen the official trailer for it?
No, I haven't. I'd love to, though.
And it's so funny because it's marketed like it's a test reel just for theater owners. And they actually put that on the screen, but this is just Steve Martin talking about the movie The Jerk.
Owners, there's a picture coming out directed by Carl Reiner, starring myself, Steve Martin. It's called The Jerk. And I just want to let you know, we're going to hype the hell out of this thing. It's going to be a real moneymaker for all of us if we cooperate. Picture's got everything they want. It's got the chase scene. It's got the karate fight. It's got the blue language they love so much. It's got the double entendre. The adults get it, the kids don't. Everybody goes out happy. Plus, we stuck in a phony disco song. They all go out whistling it at the end like a bunch of idiots. This is the first. We intentionally stuck in a boring part in the middle, just for you theater owners. About an hour into the picture, they're going to be out buying your popcorn in droves. They're going to be lined up. You may even have to take on extra help just to handle all the business. You're welcome. Gift from Steve. Reviews? Don't worry about it. We got 100 great reviews coming all across the nation. We took care of it, okay? The old cashola. Plus, we made a preview of coming attractions. We took the best stuff from the picture, stuck it all on one reel. They're going to think this picture's loaded. We even got stuff from other movies on it. By the time they figure that one out, we're going to have their money. We'll be in the Bahamas. Publicity? Don't worry about publicity. I got that covered. I'm going to do a publicity stunt the day before the picture opens. Can't tell you what it is. Well, I'll give you a little bit. You heard the expression, let it all hang out? Well, at noon, the middle of Fifth Avenue.
Hey! Hey, who put this reel on? This reel is for theater owners. Put the other reel on.
That was the trailer for the movie.
That holds up. That is still funny. That is fantastic.
He said, we're going to put a boring part in the middle.
We'll be in the Bahamas.
Mike,
awesome.
Let's close with this. I hate talking birds, but a listener sent this in and said, this is Mike. This is you as a bird.
Oh, awesome.
I don't agree, but I can see he has some of your style.
Okay.
Here he comes.
Hi, baby.
Hi, baby. Do you want it one more time?
Yeah, let's see the bird.
Okay,
Hi, babe.
so.
Hey, baby.
I love that he has to walk the length of the couch.
The microphone. Hi, baby. It's an interesting looking bird because, like, from a distance, looks like he has like a Spartacus helmet on.
Well, I thought for a
strange.
second it was a pigeon.
No, that's a parrot.
That's a talking bird.
That is a live parrot. We got to get out of here. We'll be back tomorrow with a brand new episode. Go to MikeO'MaraShow.com and check out our cruise. Get to Jimmy's Old Town Tavern and make a reservation for Jimmy's coming up there in May. Lots going on with the show, and of course, the store has plenty of stuff for you to peruse. For Josh Soroka and Rob Spiewak, this is Mike O'Mara saying so long. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody.
Bye-bye, folk.
Want more? Make sure you check out the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
These things happen, you
Now,
know.
what kind of an attitude is that? These things happen. They only happen because the whole country is just full of people who, when these things happen, they just say these things happen, and that's why they happen.
But in the end, you die in your own arms. It's all a big nothing. What makes you think you're so special? But in the end, you die in your own arms. It's all a big nothing. What makes you think you're so special?
Now, I'm delighted. All of us are delighted. You've been fine. Now get home safely. Good night.